This is a brief horror story on how I went to the beach and came home with something I shouldn't have. I remember standing there and watching the water flow to my leg. Now, physically, to the human eye, it looked as though just water running down and back and forth. But it was as though the water had hands. The more they would go back, the more they would draw me into the water. Now, there are a lot of people that would tell you that they've been to the ocean and nothing happened. But not for someone like moi. Now, the thing there is that even while I stood there, I knew that I was in a territory that I shouldn't have been in. Now, the best thing I would have done was just to stay far or where people were seated. But I went close and I wanted to picture it more. Do you understand? I wanted that experience. And yes, sadly, something followed me home. So we stood there observing the beautiful environment, and then this stuff they normally put in the hair, you can write it in the comment section, like they use for beautifications, like they find it in the sea. We stood there and it was as though the water pushed it or brought it to us. So I looked at it and I overlooked it, if you understand. Then my friend picked it up and I noticed that immediately he picked it up, the temperature or the atmosphere of the place kind of skyrocketed in terms of anger. The place where water would not normally get to, the water would reach. Do you understand? So I had to tell him, throw it back, which was weird, but immediately he did, everything went back to normal. Now, this is where things got awkward. We left that place. He went back to his place. I went back to my family house. Now, that night, I woke up around 2 to have my bath because I came in late and I dozed off. So when I woke up around 2, I went in to have my bath, came back to the room and prayed and slept off. Not long, I started to hear as though 1,000 women, elderly women, were chorusing in Igbo language. English meaning, we have arrived, we have come. Now, in Igbo, it sounded Anya Biala, as though the sound, 1,000 women, mixed with the sound and wave of the ocean. Waves. You get what I'm saying? And I remember that night, waking up to 2 hands drawing me, just the same format as to the water earlier on. I looked towards my door and I saw a figure of a woman. Now, mind you, I could not see the face, but her hairdo was as that of this rubber thread our mothers in those days would make to groom their hair. Now, she did not bend it, she left it long. She stood at the door of my room. When I got up from that dream, I could still feel the environment, that is the room I was in, had a similar feeling to what I woke up from, meaning that whatever was there in the dream was also there physically, but I could not see it.